These are my top 15 icon strikers in FIFA 22. Beautiful people, what's happening? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Mike LaBelle. I'll be your host with the most, with controversial opinions. We're looking at baby and mid icons, strikers, center forwards. There's a few big names that are going to get left off. So this is going to be highly debatable. If you want me to bring out a piece of content with the 250K to 500K range of all icons, because we did the cheap edition, it's more the mid tier, please like this video. That gives me that cosign that you want that coming out ASAP. And if you would, in the comment section, I know you're going to give me your opinion on my choices. We got a top 15, but I'm also thinking most impressive and least impressive icons in general that you've used this year or that you've gone up against. We're stirring the pot a little bit with some controversy. Criteria: only icons, default position striker or center forward, one version or one iteration of a player, and this is performance based. I'm not taking into consideration the price point, just the output. I do believe this will be the last plug, but it's because I want the meet and greet. We have a 2v2 FIFA tournament live, New York City, free entry. You must register. You have to RSVP. $1,000 for first prize. W. We're gonna have some goodies. W. Open bar. W. Live music, live DJ. W. If you live on the East Coast and you're not coming out, I feel a little bit offended. It takes a lot of effort to put together these events, and I want to meet you. I want us to have that interaction, that engagement, and I got some extra helpers, a little bonus. If you can make it there on Saturday, we have the beautiful game. Pickup, private, I set it up, upper 90 again. Fill out the form. Everything will be linked down below. I just need to know how many people are coming to both of these. But if you're coming to one, you might as well double dip. Didier Drogba. One of the most legendary or iconic strikers all time. I'd love to know where you have him listed based on his real life performance. Dominant, powerful, impactful, clutch. In FIFA, he's more of a brick house or a brick layer. If someone has him, you should be worried because they're gonna know how to use him. It's not gonna be fun. He's one of the most physical players in FIFA. And if we're specifically talking about attackers, I can make an argument he's the most physical attacker. I don't care about the stats, and I prefer the baby to the mid-level. He's a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. That's a preference. But he is power personified in a human being. If he brushed your hair, your entire head, it's flying off. Done. Dusted. Neck support, not enough. Fernando Torres. Too gifted with the through ball dynamic. When he gets loosey-goosey, he will not be caught. El Nino. It's wild. When I think back on this man's career, I got to see it from top to bottom. But he's a dangerous, extinct animal, and he's seeing red. Plus has that finesse shot trait. Schuker. And this will be a surprise for the majority of you watching. Not that you're not crediting him or that you're discrediting, but just the fact that he made it in this top 15. It's so competitive between the baby and the mid-level icons, those iterations, those additions. A lot of folks won't have Schuker knocking on the door, at least not in their top 10 or their top 15. But I rate his movement, his positioning, and the swerve. If you're unleashing from long distances, it's pretty spectacular. It's like fireworks on July 4th, which is not a good reference point when talking about Schuker. And I feel that he has some secret stats. Also, can I get a hashtag organics in the comments? I feel like my eyes look a certain way. If you made it to this point in the video, pause, hashtag it, return. And I've played him as a floater in the clouds, center attacking mid, not necessarily a center mid, but a center forward, a striker, a false nine, a winger. I like his versatility. Zola, again, going with the baby variation. Italian Messi, better version of Insigne, significantly better. His dribbling is a little more juiced. And the same could be said with some of his intricate work inside the box. This man is an artist. Some would say an artiste. The way that he maneuvers, ins, outs, bait, switch. He's a specialist. A true number 10. The side-to-side touches, the details, the particulars. He lacks none of it. Wayne Rooney. I think EA should have given him 4-star skills. Pirlo has 5-star skills. Wayne Rooney needs the 4-star skills. He's taking on players. He's cutting inside. He showcased that. He can do a few step-overs. I'm still a believer, or at least I'm pushing some sort of agenda, or I'm manifesting. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I feel that in order for EA to get Pirlo in the game, his agent forced the 5-star skills. That's somewhere in a contract. I don't have any insider trading, but at no point when I watched Pirlo play did I resonate or correlate or correspond with him having that parallel of the 5-star skills. Also, Wayne Rooney's defense should be way higher. He's more of a utility player, even early on in his career. I know some will argue, well, he didn't play all these different positions. He wasn't sitting as deep. We didn't see him as a center mid or a box-to-box, I understand. But he always played hard, had the physical attributes, and he was an asset with the defensive duties. I wanted to talk about Batman with Wayne, which has nothing to do with this, so I couldn't figure out how I was gonna insert that in here. Del Piero, again, baby version. I prefer to the mid version. I don't care if he has more stats, the extra pace, and the movement. I feel a difference. Do I have a bias? Absolutely. Equality with the footwork. That means both feet. And responsive with the dribbling. Elite level passer, shot taker, creator, playmaker, and the 72 balance statistic is fake. I think that is completely fraudulent. Doesn't feel that way when you get in game, when you're putting them into motion. There's a certain level of expression and expectation that is always going to be delivered on. Kenny Dalglish. You could go with either the baby or the mid. I'll go with the mid. Everything's a bit upgraded, but they're very similar. Again, with the no weak foot, that's a bonus. NBA 3-point contest, you had the bonus ball. 6th trait contributor, which changes the characteristics, the liveliness, and frankly speaking, the deliverables. It can shift a foot item, can turn someone from being good to great, great to top tier. Gives you that overpowered collective if you're dealing with lower rated players. Fast reactions, through ball runs, positioning, again, it's just where you need him at all times. Reads the game well. He's a novelist. Butragueno, question. Is he the best attacker that has 3-star skills? I'll wait for an answer. This man is a penetrator, unleashing both inside and outside the box. He's got the heat check. You cannot leave him time. You cannot leave him an open look. That finesse hits a little bit different. As they say in the NBA, you got to respect the jumper. Long distance, deadly. Puskas, high levels of adaptability, no doubt. But I'm not going to sit here and start fronting for us when we're getting into the best of the best icons and really heavy price tags. Even though that is not taken into consideration, but of course, observation. I know how much these guys cost. That 3-star weak foot, annoying. It's a limitation. It's an asterisk. Again, at this level, it hurts his resale value. It's like buying a pair of sneakers, but you don't get the original box. In fact, we can continue. It's a small scuff. Star loss if we're looking at Jordans. If you wear a lot of Jordan 1s, you should get that reference. Creases on the toe box, not the original insoles. I can go on and on. Don't tempt me. Samuel Eto'o, one of the best speed merchant combination finishers in all of the FIFA space or ecosystem. I strongly dislike playing against him. I know what kind of match I'm going to be on the back end of. He's relentless. He can make something from nothing. Deep outlets or through balls or even long balls. He's got a chance. He's plugged in. He's connected, always with the extra batteries. The re-up. Cantona. And I'd like to start with a disclaimer. There is a learning curve warning that should be attached to when I talk about Cantona because his body type and just the way that he moves and grooves and facilitates, it will take a second to get used to. But once you've done that, unbelievable. One word, complete. And with those skill moves, it allows you to shift the item. He has this unpredictable nature. And we already knew that Cantona survived in the jungle. He's emphatic, he's decisive, strong, large, in charge, just a dominant figure and can make or break your attack completely. Not to be taken lightly. We're having a switcheroo. Eusebio and Cruyff, Eusebio. They're always compared and contrast. Eusebio's back on top, back on the BS. Last couple years, maybe with the skill moves, it felt a little bit different. But this Eusebio, and I recommend the baby. Price tag also suggests that other people recommend the baby. The man's a blur. And he still has that Eusebio-esque factor. Scores goals when he shouldn't. Unleashes when he shouldn't. Clutch factor, late game, extra time, penalty kicks. You name it, he's ready for the moment, but these two players will always be hand in hand. Shake my hand, or you can shake my hand, but I prefer Eusebio this year. Of course, if you have the budget to make this happen. Why not? Let's do another comparison for number 1 and number 2. We've got Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, and Pele, the only Pele, or really the original Pele. I don't know anyone before his time that's sharing that name, and I would not want to share either of these players' names because of the legacy behind them, especially with the Ronaldos. It's just not going to happen for you. R9, in my opinion, with the 5.5, gets a slight edge. Last year, we did see more interchangeability, and the reality is I have to talk about both of them, but I know that the majority of people that are watching this video are going to struggle to afford anyone in the top 5. And I'm just being transparent, myself included. I'm on a Road to Glory account. I can unlock most icons, maybe not an icon team, but most icons, if I'm grinding the game, I'm doing some trading. But when it comes down to the Ronaldo, the Pele, the Eusebio, Cruyff, even the Cantona, it starts getting on the up and up in terms of those price points, and you might not touch it. You're not reaching the bag. You're not making magic. You're not as invested as you needed to be unless you started inserting some of that pocketbook. You pulled out the checkbook, you made this happen, you wrote something out, and you had good pack luck and made good investments. But at the end of the day, this is still where I have it, how we're situated, and which players I would prioritize. You can't just leave them off. That would be a disrespect, and it would not be a complete video. And I want to give you pure content with all the details, all the intricacies, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video if you want to go 250 to 500K, and that price point, the midpoint edition for icons. I'm gonna call it affordable icons. Not cheap, but affordable. Most of us have been able to generate a coin tally in that parameter. I think that's a safe statement. But as always, I upload daily and I have a lot more content coming out ASAP. Reminder for the weekend, the beautiful weekend, I want to see you there.